Hi, YouTube. Okay, I was telling you that I would come in after I had my doctor's appointment. Now, of course, I prayed the night before I went into my appointment not to make the mistake I did last time. I felt like the Lord was kind of saying that that He was going to use the doctors to heal me, to trust it, and I'll explain why He had to tell me that, because I don't like the whole doctor scene, but I'll tell you why later. So I had my doctor appointment yesterday, and basically what happened, they took me in and they got my height, which is 5'4". I don't really like giving my statistics. They took my weight, which was 215, my BMI, which was 36.9. So I'm within range with comorbidities to still get the surgery, but we didn't discuss that, so I don't really know the exact details on my insurance. I'll find that out in the next couple of weeks. So I received this notebook. It's the bariatric workbook. It basically has all my appointments and everything that I'm going to need to go and have done. And there's a listing of them. I'm going to have to see the dietitian. I'm probably going to have to get an upper GI, exercise consultations, cardiologist, pulmonologist, surgeon consultations, of course, going back to see Dr. Kirk in between these, and also signing up for a support group. So I saw, finally, Dr. Kirk came in, Dr. Joe Bob Kirk, and he's the medical director, also has done the surgeries, has performed or been involved in over 2,000 bariatric surgeries. He's pretty well known. Awesome man. I know you all have had your great doctors. So anyway, it was a 2-hour long appointment. And for me, that was really intense because I'm used to, with the insurance the way it is, you go in to see the doctor, they have like a 7-minute rule or something. They see you for 7 minutes, you're in and out. You're lucky if they remember who you are from 6 months past. I am not used to a doctor sitting with you for 2 full hours, talking to you about your health and where you are. It was just a very emotional experience for me because I have been so not well for so long. He, of course, has been a doctor for a long time. He's like an old Army vet or something, and he just has a no-nonsense guy. And he looked at me and he said, "Girlfriend," after he found out, I forgot to say this part, I had told him my A1C was 11, which is high. And when I went to go see my doctor, he was I didn't say this on my last video, but he was threatening to put me on insulin. And I do not want to go on insulin ever for any reason. So I told him my A1C was 11. He asked me my fasting blood sugars, which I said was anywhere between 175 and like 2 something. And he looked at me and he said, "You don't have a blood sugar problem. This is another kind of problem. And the medications you're taking for your blood sugar actually are causing you to gain weight." And he just looked at me and he got real in my face and he said, "Girlfriend, I have to tell you, your machine is broken. And there's a lot of complex things going on inside of you, but I am pretty sure that we're going to be able to fix you," he said. And he said, "I'm just going to go by my old tomcat instincts." You know, he uses these funny sayings. So my old tomcat instincts are telling me, just by looking at you, that it's very complex what's going on inside you. There's a lot of things that we need to check out. On my face, I have I thought my face was broken out because I tried to do some organic coconut oil on my face for moisturizing and all that. And then my face broke out really horribly. Like it has never broken out, even when I was a teenager. And kind of like in this area. And I had base on and everything. And he just looked at me and he said, "You have a mylar rash." And he said, that is a sign of lupus. And he said, you have a lot. And then he started asking me about my female, and asked me if I'd ever had children. I said no. And he said, I figured that. And he said, we need to get you in to have your hormones checked out. Of course, I'm horrified of any kind of doctor situations. And so I started becoming a little bit upset. I really, my whole thought of the surgery was, if I could get rid of my blood pressure problem, my blood sugar problem, lose 50 pounds, my body would heal itself. That was kind of my idea. So I could sort of bypass any doctors or anything like that. I was trying to heal myself, and he busted me. He said, you are not in control. He said, I'm going to let you think you're in control, but you are not in control here. Okay. So you need to just let this go. And he made me pinky swear, which was funny, because I was crying. I was kind of upset. And he said, we're going to get you fixed. He said, but you have to do everything I say. And it was interesting because, I had prayed the night before, and I feel like God was saying, I'm going to use the doctors to heal you. Well, the reason why this is so significant for me is because for 11 years, my mom suffered with, she had kidney dysfunction. And so for 11 years, I saw her go through 20 plus surgeries, nearly die 3 or 4 times. And, stupid mistakes that doctors would make, hospitals would make. And I just had a very severe distaste in my mouth for doctors and hospitals. And I just became very afraid of the whole medical environment. I saw so many things go wrong. And so 11 years I went through that with her. And then at the end, there was a mistake. There was an issue at the hospital. They basically killed her in the hospital, and then put something completely different on her death certificate that she died from to cover up that they had made some mistakes. I never wanted to see another doctor again, except just, maybe to get antibiotics or something. And I just, the whole idea of going to all these surgeons and all these things and getting testing. So I have fear away from doctors. I don't like to go for my female exams. I don't like to go for checkups and things like that. I don't want them to find anything that would give the doctor any kind of upper hand on me. I'm sort of nervous about that. But so to tell Dr. Kirk, to tell him that I would totally trust him and he's going to send me to every kind of doctor. He's like, we are going to fine tooth comb this, and you will go everywhere, and we will find anything that's wrong with you. And he said, by the time we're done, I think we can get you healed, and you will never even see a surgery room. You're never going to even have to have a surgery, which is weird coming from a man that's what he does, is do these surgeries. But he is more about you getting healed than he is about just, giving you a surgery. And he went on with all these stories. He's like, honestly, he goes, I could just give you the surgery. I really could. Check you for a pulse. Everything clears. We could just do it right here. He said, I'm not going to do that. And you need to know what's wrong with you and make an educated decision. And if I don't have to do surgery, I don't want to do that on you. So I'm going to have to go through all these testings also. The inertia has started, so I am in the situation where, I'm going to be in the process of the VSG, but he's wanting to check everything else inside me. So anyway, that's what happened. It was an awesome time. I was a little bit sad that he was saying, well, we may not do the surgery on you. But he said if he could heal me without having surgery, the way I was planning to be with VSG, that would be good. But he still may do. He said we still may have to do the surgery, but I want to go through everything else first. So he's very thorough, and he's not going to let me do this and be sick. I've seen some people who have gone through the surgery and they've had a lot of physical problems. And I always wonder, did they check that out before they had the surgery? Anyway, so today I got up bright and early and I did my fasting blood sugar. Here it is on my arm. And I had to go have my blood drawn. And they did all of the testings that they do for VSG and everything. And then they did a lot of testing for hormones and thyroid. They took like 4 vials of blood. And so now I am just waiting for someone to call. So every time someone calls and I go in to one of these doctors, I will get on and post to you to let you know what happens. And if this ends up being a VSG journey or just a journey to getting well, I'm not sure, but I'm glad that you're watching. Anyway, have a great day.